Good afternoon. Today I am going to talk about Pearson Test of English, PTE. It is also a popular choice as far as English tests are concerned. It is accepted by universities around the world, America, Australia, England, New Zealand, even European countries are accepting PTE. It is a computer-based test. From the previous version to current version is even more student friendly. It is under 2 hours test. That is a good news for the students. They will like this test very much. It is very easy compared to other tests, which some of the students, according to their feedback, they feel, so Pearson test of English is little more better. Now let us talk what is Pearson test of English. Basically, it also has 4 modules of English language. When we talk about 4 modules of English language, over here, it starts with a personal introduction that is of 1 minute. But there is no score given for this. This is for your universities. So you will have a personal introduction for 1 minute. That will be followed by speaking module. In speaking module, you will come across read aloud. There will be a paragraph with few lines that will be given to you. You need to read it as loud as possible, but that does not mean that you need to shout. You need to be clear. Your pronunciation is going to be checked and your rate of speech. So over here, you will come across 6 paragraphs. For each paragraph, you will get 25 to 30 seconds to look at it. Then you will have to record that paragraph in 40 seconds. Like this, you will come across 6 paragraphs. That is followed by repeat the sentence. There will be a sentence that will be spoken. For example, Professor Smith will be late for today's lecture. You need to repeat this sentence exactly the way I have spoken. That means the speaker on the tape. You cannot miss even one article over here. If you miss, then you're going to lose the score. That is followed by describe the image. You will get 6 images. These images can be anything. It can be a picture, it can be a map, it can be a layout, it can be a table, it can be a bar graph. Each picture we will explain how your approach should be. You will get 25 seconds to look at the image and then you have to talk about the image in 40 seconds. Yes, 40 seconds you have to describe the main elements of any image that is in front of you. So it is very important that you speak about the main aspect of the picture rather than speaking about the peripheral things, which you need to avoid. That is followed by retell the lecture. You will get 2 to 3 lectures. Each lecture is about 1 to 2 minutes and you need to summarize this lecture by retelling it in 40 seconds. What are you going to tell? A lecture will have its body, it will have its introduction, it will have its main points. So it is very important that you learn to take down the notes. You should know what is important information so that your notes that are organized and the information what you hear is going to correlate. And when we are going to combine together and present this information, that is when you will be getting good information that will last for 40 seconds. It is very important to have an information that is what examiner looking for. So retell the lecture deals with that. That is followed by your answer the short question, which is the easiest part of your PTE. They will ask you a very basic question and you need to answer that. Over here, they will be looking whether do you understand the question, because it is not about general knowledge. For example, where will people wash their clothes? This kind of questions. Where does the sun rise? This kind of questions you will come across in this. So I'm repeating once more what you're going to come across in speaking module. First thing will be read aloud, followed by repeat the sentence, describe the image, retell the lecture, answer the short question. Now, what is difficult over here? People have difficulty in retell the lecture. As I told earlier, you will have 1 to 2 minutes lecture that will be played. So you're expected to take down notes. While you're taking down the notes, keep one thing in mind, you're not supposed to write everything. You're supposed to take down key points. You need to understand the gist of the lecture. What is the soul of the lecture? If you're able to correlate properly with your notes and with the information what you hear and improvise with relevant information, you should get full score. This is the scoring area in your speaking. Now, coming to your writing part, you will come across two parts in writing. Part 1 is summarize written text. There will be a passage that will be given that would be around 300 words. You need to summarize the information by presenting it in 50 to 70 words. Minimum word limit is 5 and it should be not crossing 70. I'm repeating, you should not cross 70 words. Now, using single sentence, as I say single sentence, you should not use full stops anywhere. You're supposed to use punctuations and connectives. Summarize written text using single sentence means you should not use any full stops anywhere. Your punctuations and connectives will be very important. So you're going to write a summary of 50 to 70 words in 10 minutes of time. You might get 1 or 2. It is not fixed. You might get 2 summarized written texts, sometimes even 3. But as far as essay is concerned, you will get 1 to 2 essays depending, and 200 words minimum criteria, 300 words is the maximum criteria. Time duration for this one is 20 minutes. Now, what kind of essays? Essays are very simple, basic. So it can be on different kind of topics like education, environment, hobbies, people, current affairs, that kind of an essays you will get across. But you need to have a specific template, and we will be teaching you the templates of essay writing over here. What are the templates you need to follow that are being accepted by artificial intelligence over here? You have to remember one thing, writing is the most difficult module as far as scoring is concerned. It is the same case with IELTS also. People struggle to score in writing. That is where we try to emphasize more. Our students in past have got 90 out of 90, 8.5 in IELTS, 90 in PTE. That is what it is all about. So you need to have technique, you need to have a template, you need to have good content, and you need to have strategies of writing. That is what we will be teaching over here at Sowrya. Now, coming to the other module, that is reading module. Now, reading is a mixture of everything. You will have multiple choice, single answer, multiple choice, multiple answers, fill in the blanks, read and write, fill in the blanks, reorder the paragraph. So basically, your grammar will be tested over here. Sentence formation will be tested over here. Fill in the blanks, when I talk about, it is in the format of multiple choice. You will get the questions and you will have choices below to choose from. So if you're good with your grammar and you know your content writing, it will be easy for you to recognize what kind of an information will go over here. When you join our classes, we will be working at your grammar also so that you understand English from its foundation stage. If you know your foundation and your foundation is strong, with strong roots, you should be able to sail through this reading aspect of Pearson test of English. It is very easy to score 90 out of 90. Many students have done that. It does not matter whether you're from Telugu background or English background, because in 1 month, we will be able to deliver on that. It also depends on how much of hard work and what kind of material that you're going to use. Here at Sowrya, we have exhaustive material. We use different kind of softwares and materials that will enable the students not only to do a lot of practice, but get familiar with the question types and how to deal with them in the specific time period. Over here, time matters. You will not get more than 1.5 minutes per question. It is time-based test. Each module has time limit. So you need to follow the time limit even in reading part. Now let us talk about listening. Now listening has many questions when compared to other questions. For example, the first thing what listening starts with is summarize spoken text. Now here there will be a lecture that will be played and you need to summarize the information of the lecture, what you have heard. So that is where you will be getting 10 minutes of time. This will be followed by multiple choice, single answer, multiple choice, multiple answers. Now when you talk about multiple choice, single answers, you will have around 5 choices and out of that you need to choose one. This is not the problem, but the main problem comes in multiple choice, multiple answers, whether it was reading or it was listening. Over here, you have to answer minimum 2 choices and it can be 3 or 4 also. So marking the right answers, not going in excess is important, because over here, negative marking is into play. For example, if there are 2 answers and you have marked 3, so it can go against you. So you need to be very careful while doing this particular kind of questions. This is followed by highlight, correct, summary. Now multiple choice single answer, multiple choice multiple answers followed by highlight, correct, summary. All of these three questions are very similar to each other in its nature. But after taking down a summary, notes on the summary, whatever the lecture is about, you will be looking at your notes. You will be putting a little pressure on your memory and thinking what was the content of the lecture, and according to that you need to choose one choice out of four choices that are given. That is when it becomes a little tricky, because you need to be a little spontaneous. You need to look at the questions and be ready with that before the lecture starts. Now once this is done, you will be coming across fill in the blanks, which is very easy. There will be a lecture that will be played, there will be missing blanks, and as you're going through the lecture, the moment you come near the blank, the answer would be given. You need to just write down that in the paper and later enter it. Believe me, don't try to type it immediately, because while you're typing, you will miss the next question. So it is important to scribble down on the paper the answer, and once the question type is completed. For example, if you're doing this particular question, one question will have 4 to 5 blanks. Once one question is completed, after writing all the answers on the paper, then I want you people to enter it into the system. Then you can click on next and go to the next question. That is followed by highlight, correct word. This is the easiest part. There will be a lecture played and you need to cross check the content whether it is matching with the lecture or not. Whichever word is not matching, you need to click on that word and highlight it. We'll give you ample of samples to practice and get your timings right, and it also check your hearing ability and skill, how fast you're able to realize that this word is not matching with the transcript that was given. Last thing, two more things are there. One is select the missing word, that is what it is, and then you have write from dictation. These two aspects are very easy. It requires practice with some strategies to go with. So this is what your listening thing will deal with. Thank you.